Namaste. It is said that life becomes truly divine when you find yourself a true friend. And I am lucky enough to have found a divine friend. It is with great joy, excitement, and enthusiasm I introduce to you Maitreya Dadashri ji, the founder of Maitri Bodh Parivar, a guide to millions, a pioneer of such sacred wisdom that has been flowing and been transmitted through him to millions across the world. I'm really excited to be in conversation with him today and welcoming Dadashri ji. You've recently launched an initiative called the Worldwide Transformation Program.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about how this transformation will help us and what's the meaning of the word transformation?
Yeah. So maybe see, this is how you see it as, one word from English dictionary, transformation. Is it just changing you as a person, or is there something more than transformation? We see this as an internal experience. It is not just a word, but an internal experience. It's a spiritual state that you need to be in, and it helps everyone. Whatever is happening all around, even now, if you see what's the cause of all these, adverse events, selfish mind and ignorant mind, what has this has done to world? It's, everywhere you see unrest, chaos,
Yes.
disorder. This is all because of this selfish and ignorant mind. And what we are doing here onwards, focusing on how to control this outcome of selfish mind, or else what we are doing, creating more hurdles, more problems. But nobody's focusing on the cause. If you change your approach towards life itself, and if you focus on the cause, then you're out of this problem. And transformation exactly does this. It helps you to focus on this cause. It will help you to identify this cause, treat it there at the onset itself, and then you're out of this.
Right.
And you experience freedom, internal freedom, joy. These are not just not words, but there is a state, and people haven't experienced it. And that's how, if you experience this spiritual transformation within yourself, you evolve as a stronger person. Life changes. Even new surroundings everywhere, you will see a better, happy atmosphere everywhere. So I would say go ahead for transformation. Otherwise, then you're going towards opposite end of it. Transformation is freedom, love, opportunities, peace, happiness. Other end, sadness, suffering, pain, dead end. Maybe you're getting ready to fall off the cliff. This is how it is. So there is no choice for you. Just go towards transformation. That's how it is.
Correct.
You can have your own ways towards it. But transformation is the need of this hour.
True. It's so interesting how you say freedom, love, all these are not just words,
Yes, yes,
but they are experiences to be felt.
yes.
Do you think that transformation is an absolute necessity for people suffering from mental disorders like depression, which is so prevalent in society today?
Yes, yes, yes.
Especially in 2020, we saw the maximum number of cases.
Yes, exactly.
So you think this would be like a good solution?
This will solve all your worries. The main problem of your disturbance, it will just go there, heal that problem, and you will be out of it. And it's a natural process, automatic process. You don't have to do much for it. People don't realize this fact. They think that I have to do this, I have to do that. But it's very simple process, very, very simple process.
But Dadashri ji, speaking about spiritual transformation, will this shift or change be visible in a person? And will it require any lifestyle changes like what people eat, what they drink, when they're partying, what they wear? Do you think like I will have to give up things and adopt austerity to transform myself?
Yes, if this COVID-19 gave us, mask and sanitizer. This advanced technology gave you mobile phone, which you always carry with you.
True.
And that's how most of the time, that's what we have seen. People have this, basket of excuses. They always carry with them. Oh, I eat non-veg, I drink, I smoke, so it's not for me. So it's like just saying tata, bye-bye from distance. And they say it's not spiritual thing is for those people, those who don't have anything else to do in life. And but I would say just explore it once. There is something meaningful into it. If you go deep within, you will find it. So transformation that we are talking about, you don't have to change anything from your side. You don't have to give up anything. We never ever told anyone here in Maitri Bodh Parivar that change this. Unless you do this, transformation will never happen for you. Transformation gives you freedom. And it's possible without changing yourself from your side. You will still experience that visible change within you. It's a passive, automatic process. Very, very natural. So just go ahead with the spiritual transformation, allow things to happen, and witness this, this joyful moment in life.
This sounds amazing, Dada, but how is it possible to not do anything actively and still be a recipient in such a passive manner? How can we not do something for transformation and still just go with the flow and receive it?
Yeah, see, the people, they always, like where complications are. You need to do this for, for many, many months or hours and hours, years and years, and then you will experience, spiritual states. But to be very honest, it's not like that. Spirituality is very, very simple. Nobody taught you that way. You always felt that I have to go through scriptures or I have to attend seminars or do so many courses. But spirituality was never ever like that. It's just there within your heart. You just need to open your heart, welcome that change, and flow with it. It's very, very simple. See, the entire universe operates on specific laws. And based on those universal laws itself, we are telling you that say yes, it will work for you. You will experience transformation. And this will begin new change for people also that, oh, he could experience it, she could experience it. Let's go ahead and even try for yourself. That's how it's going to be. So do not complicate spiritual, states or spiritual knowledge itself. Just be very simple, say yes to it and just flow.
So say yes to who?
Just to universe, anywhere.
To the universe. Say yes to yourself?
To universe. You need to permit yourself first that I'm ready for transformation.
Right.
So whenever you feel like, even if you are sitting here and we are interacting, and when you say, Dada Shriji, I want to experience transformation and I'm giving my consent for this, this is done. The process will start immediately from this moment onwards. Before you end your statement, that your declaration, before you end that, process will just begin immediately.
Wow.
That's how this process is quick and fast. So anyone who is, listening to this conversation, listening also, he can just say this once to the universe or to whomever they believe in, that I want to experience transformation. And that's done.
Wow, it's that simple. Just declaration of intent
Exactly.
and acknowledgement
Exactly.
from your side.
Yes. Acknowledgement definitely will receive. Guidance you will receive wherever you are. The thing is, you may or may not experience it as something, transformation happening internally, but you will see visible change, positive change in your life, tangible shift. And that's where you will identify, oh, I'm changing automatically. Passively I'm changing. And then you start enjoying that process of transformation.
How lovely. So, Dada Shriji, how is it different from other spiritual terms that we often hear about? Like enlightenment, liberation, awakening the third eye, chakras, Kundalini awakening. We've heard so much. How is transformation different from all of this?
So if we see spiritual journey itself, spiritual journey. So transformation is that journey. And enlightenment or liberations are like stations. That you just wait there, you experience enlightenment, you move ahead, experience liberation, or third eye awakening, experience it, you move ahead. But transformation is continuous journey that never ends. You keep evolving yourself. So enlightenment is just part of it. It's not mandatory for you to experience that state of enlightenment. It is just part of it. Without enlightenment also you can experience transformation. So people somehow do not understand these, spiritual terminologies, because, someone felt he wrote, and even if you see this, Indian scriptures or states they experienced earlier, when you translate that into English words, then you don't exactly find it. What does enlightened mean in Indian scriptures. People
Yes.
don't know exactly. Is it, realizing yourself, or is it, merging with the divine? What is it exactly? People have no idea. So if people talk about enlightenment, but they don't experience it. They don't know how that state is.
So, on that note, what is enlightenment?
See, it's a spiritual state. And in this state, you get disconnected from outer reality. And you are only witnessing everything. You are in peace. You experience joy. But you are not in a position to change this outer reality. You accept everything as it is. So you don't feel the need to change anything around you. You only observe. But we enjoy as a witness. When I was experiencing this state, I felt that I'm not able to change things that I always wanted to. That's where I opted to come out of this state and moved ahead for transformation, wherein I'm able to change things actively. So enlightenment will never change this world. It is a state, for sure, spiritual state, but you can't change it. Now, this someone will understand who has experienced it. Someone who, knows, or someone who read about enlightenment or heard from, from someone about enlightenment, they won't be able to understand what I'm saying. If you have experienced enlightenment, you will know exactly what I'm saying. So in this state, you can't change this world. You need to go beyond it. That's what happened with Lord Gautam Buddha. He wasn't enlightened. He was beyond enlightenment. He was someone who was completely transformed being. That's why people could experience his state. When he was there, 10,000 people experienced enlightenment. And after that, nobody could. Why? People should think about it. He taught so many things. It worked for people, those who were there at that time. Why not afterwards? So enlightenment won't solve your problem. You have to move towards transformation. It's a new thing for people, but it's going to solve everything for you.
So, you mean to say that the journey is more important than
Exactly.
the destinations
Exactly.
and the stations?
Stations, yeah.
And these are just stations in
Stations,
between,
yes.
but not the final journey, like not the final end where we need to go.
See, as such, in spiritual plane, there is no destination. There is no end. It's always continuous journey. Yeah. There is no, a point or a station, last station that you reached there and then you stopped. There is no cessation or someone that, this is over. No more spiritual growth. It's not like that. You keep growing, you keep growing. People lack that, clarity on this subject. They don't understand what is this, spiritual state. Once they get this, then it's very easy to flow. So that's where you need, someone, realized master or someone who already experienced it. They may be able to guide you. A book won't guide you.
Absolutely. Dadashiji, you've appealed to a lot of spiritual masters to speak about transformation. But in the last few years, we've heard so many spiritual masters and organizations' names being linked with unlawful practices, which has led people to be skeptical about spirituality on a whole, which has unfortunately become synonymous with commercialization and business.
Exactly.
How should we trust this path again?
Exactly. Yeah. So, see, do one thing, then you don't believe in anyone, then don't follow anyone. Be at home. So, what will happen at the end? You're compromising with your spiritual growth. So, just because everyone you think, no, they are bad or they don't, teach you the genuine spirituality. So, you don't want to explore yourself. You don't want to go out. Out of 100, at least one person, one guide must be authentic. Till then, keep trying. Don't follow someone through from your heart that he's the one. Don't surrender if you take your own time. Understand what he is saying, what are their philosophies, and the thing is, if you want to identify right guide, then you should be able to follow what he teaches. I would, to be very honest, when any master who tells you that I will give you job, or I'll make your daughter marry someone, or no, I can make you rich, come and take this, take that, do this, and it will be solved. That means he's not the right master. He is actually making you to go deep within this illusionary world. It's like a trap itself.
Maya.
Maya. That's how it is. So he's actually not helping you to move towards light. It's more of like, still getting caught in this web of worldly sense. You need to go beyond it. So we do not tell people that, you have to come here and then you will become rich and, you become famous, powerful. It's not our duty. We are here only for absolute truth, for transformation. Only for that you come here, not for material fulfillment. If it has to happen, it will happen. But here you come for spiritual growth. So people must be doing wrong. Masters must be doing something wrong. I won't call them as masters because, they may be teachers or philosophers, motivational speakers. If I give you a book, in any one random book from Indian scriptures, and you read it for next 5 years, every day, you keep reading, keep reading, keep reading. After 5 years, then you become, expert, on that book.
Correct.
Then you can be a very good teacher. You can teach people on this subject, but you won't be able to give them experience. You can teach, you can give clarity, but they need to experience it. There are so many masters, they talk about so many things, but they can't give you that experience because they have read it from somewhere. They have, generated that desire within you to grow spiritually or to, seek the highest, but they are not able to give you that state. So if you understand this well, that you have to still explore yourself or this life, walk on this path, spiritual path, and if you find someone who is, right guide, or someone who has realized it, someone who's experienced it, just start taking one step at a time. Explore slowly, slowly, but don't compromise with your growth because books won't give you that.
Correct. So, Dada, what should we be looking for when we are looking for authenticity? When you spoke about following anyone, that's fine. But looking for the right kind of guidance, what should we be looking for?
See, if first you decide what's your purpose. You want to awaken Kundalini, or you want to learn, some yoga techniques or mysticism, or various different ways of doing rituals. Then accordingly you'll be finding, you'll be searching or reaching to a right master there. But if he's practicing it since years, if he's teaching meditation, then at least he should do it at least for 25 to 30 years. And when you hear him, you should be able to sense that, not just words, but behind words, that what does he mean or she mean about this subject itself, whether you are able to experience it internally. Is it making, your entire understanding of that subject simple, and, you are able to follow those steps easily. So basically that you need to know that how good he is in his own subject, how much time he has dedicated for it, how passionate he is to teach you, how genuine he is, dedicated towards it. Or is it just going to spread, just spreading his name, or is he into power, is he into becoming, more famous? What is his intention? That you need to know first. When you know that, then it's all right. So very easy thing that you can do, just talk to your, speak to your heart, or anybody that you believe in. Suppose if you believe in Shiva, and just tell Shiva that I'm following him or her. So is it right path for me? Please guide me. If I'm doing something wrong, please guide. Let me be out of it. So always connect with someone that you always believed in. That will help you. And as I said, if master is behind material achievements, then there is something fishy. You shouldn't go there. If you want to, really want to, get wealthy or rich, famous, then there are so many different ways. You don't have to follow any spiritual path for that. Work hard, and then earn money. So simple.
True. But Dadashriji, you just spoke about asking Shiva. Is it important to believe in God to practice spirituality?
See, if I say no, it's all right. For psychological, upliftment or psychological transformation, change, or even emotional shift also, it's okay that you can go through some books or some seminars, you can follow anybody else, but for spiritual transformation you need higher power, higher source. You won't be able to make it all your own. So one thing, that experiment from your side, do it from your side. Let me explore, I will experience transformation.
Right.
Just try and do it, okay? But I will advise you not to waste your time, because without connecting with the higher power, you won't be able to experience it. And that higher power, you can, name it, the way you want. You can call it as God. We call that power as the divine or the source, the creator. So if you connect with that higher power, automatically you start experiencing transformation. So you need someone there in your life. I'm not saying physically, but that higher power should be there. Without that, you won't be able to experience spiritual transformation.
Is physical possible?
Yes, physical possible.
Really?
Yes, yes, why
Wow.
not? Yes, yes. See, because that's how my journey was. Even like when I moved in my life itself, when I saw my journey started from no God, no God to God. So you give, time to yourself to explore this life, to know more about this life. When you know that, when you see the shift, yourself within, as a person, then you start taking one step at a time and keep moving towards it. And you start experiencing that higher power also. That higher power will invite you, will pull you towards, because more than you need that higher power needs you the most. That's how you experience it.
Wow.
So just, keep your mind open and just flow with it.
So please tell me, do you think I am eligible for transformation? And how do I prepare myself for this transformation? And is there an eligibility criteria that is needed for
Yeah,
people in general?
Yeah, yeah. So there are total 26 or 27 items, criteria that you have to fulfill. Then you will be eligible for transformation. So very tough ones. People would love to hear this. They like, oh, 27 criteria. Do I have those criteria?
Check,
But
tick mark.
the tick
Tick
mark.
the
It's
boxes.
like a checklist. So, but actually there is nothing like that. It's very, very simple. So when you say, am I eligible for it? I say, just remove that question and say, I'm eligible for transformation. Yes, I can experience transformation in my life. You have to believe in yourself. We have, complete faith that yes, you will experience it. We know that we can do it. We know that you can experience it. It's only your, mind which is telling you that you may or you may not experience it. At least take one step forward and say yes to this process. When you say yes to this, that's it. It just starts immediately. Then you don't have to think about anything else. Automatic process will begin. And in your life itself, you experience this as a reality, not just a concept or an idea, but reality in your life.
Wow, I can't wait to join this program. Seriously, I'm looking forward to it. We're curious, Dadashriji, please tell us about your journey, how you started,
Yes.
what motivated you to get into transformation. It's a very big responsibility. And yeah, what motivated you to get into transformation of humanity?
Um, even my life was, ordinary at the beginning, but I had, many questions and I wanted to know more about life. In one way, life itself is a question. Why am I here? What's my purpose? Basic core questions. What's the truth? So right from childhood itself, I had those questions. I wanted to know more about life, wanted to solve this question. So I continued my journey, but then I realized, what I see, that's the only truth. So I believed in that. I see this, so this is correct. This is right. If I can't see this, that means it's not there. That's how I continued, my understanding for a while. And even being a doctor, medical doctor, it in fact, strengthened my understanding. It said, no, this is the only reality. There is nothing beyond that. But then after a few years, something changed within me. I had profound spiritual experience. And that experience, separated this world from the world unseen. Then I knew there is something above this world. Started exploring it slowly, slowly, slowly. And then realized the truth. oh, this is what it is. I have to, let people also know. I saw the difference between, human mind and transformed mind. How confined human mind is, how much this mind is suffering, how much it is in pain, and transformed mind is total freedom. It's love. When I saw this difference, then I said, let people also understand this. Let people also get this experience that there is something beyond your state and it's possible to experience. You can also experience this in your life. So for that, we started, taking this, message of Maitri Bodh Parivar transformation message everywhere. So we are making it very simple for people. When we simplified spirituality for people to connect with this message, because even my master also taught me the same. The hardest spiritual lessons he taught me in the most simple way. So why should I complicate it? So I also simplified it and made everyone understand this, basic lessons, spiritual lessons, and they are growing so well, able to experience transformation. That helps everyone. So yes, that experience of that shift from human mind to transformed mind, that is actually motivating me. So there is nothing else otherwise, being motivated all the time, through that state itself, that helps me to connect with all of you. And that gives you opportunity to experience transformation in your life.
So, Dada, my absolute last question. I know I'm getting very greedy now. Can you explain what is the mechanism for spiritual transformation?
Yes, sure. If you divide human consciousness into four categories or parts, starting from the outermost and innermost, physical, mental, emotional, and then spiritual. So, at physical level, what you experience is a change. Even psychological level also you can work, you can, join any course, which will train, how to make your mind more strong or to make yourself look more confident. Same way emotionally also, how to balance your emotions. You can actually join any other course, that is also possible. You don't have to, join specific any spiritual course for it. You don't need any spiritual master for that. But spiritual aspect, this is something hidden. That's the most inner part, and rarely someone can access to this, layer, very very deep within you. So what has happened with human beings? This part, your spiritual design, this part has got defected. There is some defect in that part. So when you try to do good, it doesn't happen. You want to help, it's not happening. You don't want to feel jealous, but you're getting jealous. You don't want to cheat anyone, but it's happening. You want peace everywhere, but you're not able to contribute towards it because of this defect within your spiritual body. So what we do through transformation, we correct this part of your, we install seed of transformation. This is part of this transformation program. We install seed of transformation. From there, slowly changes will, you'll be able to witness changes in your emotional layer, then psychological and physical, and then it's automatic. As I said, then physical level, then it's visible. So what we have to do, we have to actually alter that, spiritual body of yours. Your words will not reach there. If you read any scriptures or anything, good books also, it will actually impact your mind, maybe somewhere emotions, but it won't reach deep to that spiritual level itself. So that area has been always kept away from all these outer influences. So words, your yogas, chakra dhyan, this will never reach there. Third eye awakening will never reach to the spiritual body. It is still outer experience. So there we have to change it. Once we do that, once we install that divine, seed of transformation, then things will change for you. Then it's automatic. So it's not your mistake entirely. Something has gone wrong within you, which was not done by you because of the time factor. It altered that design of yours, spiritual design. We have to again correct it. The moment we correct that, then you will see, positive change in your life and everywhere, all around, in the world itself, globally. So this process we have started. So your mantras won't reach there, your words won't reach there, reading books won't reach there. You need something extra to change, to alter that spiritual design. And that's what we do through this spiritual transformation. So these many people talk about transformation, but for them it may be just a word or maybe a project, maybe an event, but do they know about it? The way we understand transformation is entirely different than what they understand. If they have anything extra, I'm ready and open to meet them. Maybe I'll get some more knowledge from them, and maybe I can help myself to grow. But what we see in this transformation phase itself, we have to go deep within your spiritual body, alter, experience it, and just flow. Then life is under control and everything is so positive, everything is in peace. You are at ease with yourself, you feel empowered, you are no more dependent on anybody else for your happiness. You're happy with yourself naturally. So, and it is possible. People are experiencing it. You will also experience it. Allow yourself. Just go experience, and I'm there with you in this journey. As a friend, I'm there with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful words of wisdom, for your time and your patience.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.